Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. We have Indiana here joining us. Their head coach, Joe Lombardi, student athletes, Dave Morris, and Armoni Foster. We'll let Coach open things up with an opening comment. Then we'll have questions for our student athletes. We'll go ahead and release those two young men here in a few minutes, and we'll let Coach stick around for a few more questions. So, Coach, talk about tonight's game.
Sure. Three things. First of all, congratulations to Augusta on a wonderful performance tonight. They played at a very high level on both ends of the floor, offensive and defensively. Okay, as a coach, sometimes you think it's all on you, but they had a lot to do with the outcome of the game. So kudos to them and wishing them well moving forward. Second of all, I want to give glory to God for His providing us with this opportunity, great opportunity and run that we had this year. Okay, we were blessed with a lot of incredible moments, okay, and incredible growth. And these young men, it was a pleasure to watch them not only compete, but to grow as young men, okay, to develop a sense of greater unselfishness and greater cause and care for one another, okay. We started as a roster, and we truly ended up as a family. So, second of all. Third of all, I've nicknamed these guys the overcomers because they had overcome so much this year, okay, from in a lot of different areas without boring anybody with those details. But it's pretty impressive as a coach if you see young people resolve to keep moving forward and not let someone else's opinion dictate on how good you can be. Okay, but just keep working and keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you don't know what happens. So they did that, and they got themselves to 33 wins, ties a school record, and a Final Four. So I couldn't be prouder or happier. So cup is left a little bit empty, but in a lot of ways, my cup is runneth over right now.
Thank you so much, Coach. Let's open up things for our student athletes. We have the microphone right there. So who wants to start us off with questions for our student athletes?
Craig Meyer from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette for Dave and Armoni both. I mean, you can obviously see the size, of someone like Crawford. I mean, for guys who have to go out there and play against him, how much does a guy like that down low change the way that you do everything on the court, offensively, defensively?
I feel like this season we've been tested and played good enough teams that once we got to this point that we were tested enough. So like when we played Illinois, when we played Kofi, that was our game plan. So it's definitely tough. We just gotta, and I feel like we gave it our all. You know what I mean? I can't really dwell on it too much. I can't really be mad because I feel like we gave it our all, and that's all I could ask for.
I mean, yeah, he definitely the big man. He definitely was a big presence and a big focal point in their offense, and I feel like that was the game changing. Him just making big moves down there, big plays down there. And then another thing was we didn't have our best offensive night, so that was another thing too. But just he was a big focal point for them, so we just didn't do a good enough job just getting stops on him. So.
Dan Angel, Pittsburgh Sports Now. You guys had a good shooting night on Tuesday, and as you touched on, not the same with shots just not falling tonight. What do you think was the reason that things just weren't going in for you guys this game?
I mean, we just try to control what we can control, and we can't control if shots go in, but we control our effort and just our defense. And I think we did a good job doing that. We can't control if the ball goes in, but we control moving on to the next play and just focus on the next thing and just overcome what we do. So.
Yeah, we had heard Coach talk about it there, but for you all as players, what made this season special?
I'll just say I've never been so proud to be on a team ever. Like this team fought, like Coach said, overcoming. This team overcame so much. Like we had people that didn't even play a college game. So many freshmen and they just I've never been so proud of this team. Like this, it's really emotional because like we gave it our all. I'm so proud of this team, no matter what, win or loss.
Yeah, win or loss, the brotherhood is what I would take away from all this. And before the season, like I lost my grandma, and these guys just picked me up and just kept me going. I know I counted myself out. I didn't want to. I mean, I counted myself out, but these guys just picked me up and just kept me going. So I'm just so thankful for them that they didn't give up on me and I didn't give up on myself.
I guess in some of the more difficult moments, especially when you lose Sean Dale so early in the season, for y'all as players, the team, what kept you going? What gave you hope? What made y'all believe that a run like this could be possible?
Because every player on this team, I feel I got belief in them. Coach has belief in them. He has belief in them, and I know their capabilities, and that's our culture. I know that it's next man up culture. No matter what, everybody's ready. So it's all about belief and having faith, and that's what we had all year. And everybody, you see that they stepped up. And hey,
Any other questions for our student athletes? One more, right behind.
You guys talked about how young this team is, how many young players you had. With what you guys have coming back, like what kind of potential do you think you guys have to grow and learn from this moving into next year?
It's a little early for these guys for that question.
Fair enough.
I mean, we can discuss it. Fair enough. But I don't mean to be rude on that.
No, you're fine.
So we had two freshmen in the starting lineup. The rest of the field had two in the entire, had two freshmen together, all seven of them. So, and then we brought first year guys. The next three out of four guys were first year guys off the bench. So they played with great maturity and they had great leadership, which kind of helped them grow a lot. Okay, but the experience factor probably played a part in some things too. As the level of competition goes up, just finding comfort zone. It's hard when you're inexperienced to find comfort zone to begin with. So, next year will come here soon enough. We're gonna give thanks we're gonna be grateful for the year we had here and the experiences and the relationships that we shared together. Sure. Thank you.
All right, we're going to wrap things up with our student athletes. Gentlemen, congratulations on an outstanding season this year. Safe travels back home.
thank you.
And we'll keep Coach here for a few more moments. All right, questions for Coach Lombardi?
Okay. Joe, what made it so difficult to stop their interior game in the second half? Besides the obvious them having a 7'1" guy down there.
Well, I think just the physicality. We couldn't match up to the physicality. Okay. I watched yesterday's game and they had some big bodies, Chico State, and they were just banging. It looked like roller derby. Just last night's game, and tonight's game, we just didn't have that type of physical body to stand up to it. So and they did a good job of understanding that they could out physical us in the post, and they did a good job of executing. Big part of they're probably the best 3-point shooting team in the country. I don't know about Division I. I'm not even sure Division II, if there are any. They're not many. Okay, as a team, and so you have to guard that because they can really pull away on doing that. And we were hoping, and I thought we did a good job in the first half of making the defensive plays necessary, but we obviously didn't make enough of them as the game went on.
Up front.
Joe, what was it's it's something that's very tough to counter when someone's 7-1. What defensively was the game plan, matching up against Crawford, and how similar was, the guys we talked about earlier?
Well,
Like how similar was to like what you maybe tried with Kofi Coburn earlier in the season?
Yeah, we actually did a bigger job on Kofi earlier in the season. Maybe the focus was just more on him tonight than it was on Kofi earlier in the season. We played them competitively, but I think you can either do one or two things. You can either keep banging them and try to move them up the lane, okay, if you have the strength to do that, okay, or if not, then you got to try to fight around. And I thought Ethan made a lot of good plays, and we did a good job, and for the first 14 minutes, and then the defense broke down a little bit on at one point there, and he got 6-7 straight points and got his confidence, and it was a difference in the game from then on out.
Yeah, I know. I think y'all finished, 7 of 30 from 3, or 7 of 32 from 3 tonight. Were you generally happy with the quality of shots that your guys got? Was it just a matter of them not falling?
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, you like to figure out how to get a guy wide open layup. They're a good defensive team too, and they contested a lot, and we needed to finish some more drives, and then we needed to, our guys didn't had a below par shooting night, and normally we can compensate that by chasing down rebounds, and we weren't able. They did a good job of boxing out, and we didn't get as many second shots as we would have liked. But I thought a little bit they wore us down on the defensive end, and that kind of that took our legs a little bit, and kind of took our heart halfway through the second half. We kind of got discouraged a little bit for a short stretch there, and they were able to space the score out a little bit.
Any other questions for Coach?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't know how
Came all the way from
much
Pittsburgh. Ask away.
I was just making sure nobody else wanted to ask one. I don't know how much of it, how long you really actually got to talk to your guys before coming out here for this. But what was your message to them after that game?
My message was, now you're going to get me emotional. No, my message, I'm fine. My message was this. The sadness is not devastation that we lost. Okay. The sadness is that the journey ends. Okay. And we were blessed with such a great ride for the last 6-7 months. Okay. And we obviously went to the national championship. We won this game twice. Okay. But I'm probably more proud of this team than the other teams, and it's because of what they worked through, and how they grew to love each other, and how they grew to become less selfless and better men. Okay, that was it.
Awesome. Well, Coach, thank you so much for the time this week. Congratulations on an outstanding season.
Okay, I want to thank the committee guys too for your work and your time and your effort. There's a lot of other things you could be doing, and appreciate your time. Thanks.